Hello there and welcome to Act and React. My name is Steph and this is a new reaction channel that will be reacting to some great content. Not just new stuff but old stuff as well. And part of the channel also is to follow me as an actor onto film sets where permitted, to show you behind the scenes of some of the things I'm also personally getting involved in. So stick around for that. But today we're looking at Andor Series 1 Episode 2. Disney released, or Lucasfilm, whichever you want to look at it, released 3 episodes in one go. I watched the first one the other night. Reaction is also on YouTube. The link will be down below for you if you want to check the first one out and if you haven't seen it. I was quite harsh on it because I was expecting a little bit of a feel of Star Wars, and there was a few subtle things in there that kind of made it Star Warsy, but it wasn't quite what I was expecting. So we're going to hit episode 2 now, which I'm really looking forward to, because I think a lot of the foundation in episode 1 has now been laid, so now we're looking to progress the story. So I'm looking forward to this, as I was episode 1, and I just sense this is going to be a real good one. So without further ado, as they say, let's get this show on the road. Let's watch some Andor. Here we go. So the opening shots, we're back with the tribe or villagers, or what we want to call them, kids I suppose really. Oh, that's right, when episode 1 finished we ended with these leaving the little girl, his sister, behind, which I think was the last time we're going to see the little girl. I'm going to call her little girl because she was, but his sister. So now they're exploring something, and I think they was heading towards that spaceship that crashed, or that cruiser that crashed. So I'm guessing there's some significance to this as well, because we know that his sister's going to disappear as of now. She's out of it. So I'm guessing something must be happening with these guys. So what's Andor spotted now? Wow, that's quite a shot. See, that's quite a cinematic shot, that. Looking over his, sort of behind him, over his shoulder, looking at whatever that was. with his Thor hammers. Not quite Thor, but you know. So is that like indicating a curfew that you can come out and go about your business, or just... Again, I don't see the relevance of it. He's back again. What's it? If I'm losing the plot as to what that guy's doing, just let me know. So there's Cassian, and he's roaming the streets. He's obviously not going to work because he doesn't seem to work. Just seems to pull in a lot of favours from people. I love all the old school, I say old school, old type of computers and stuff they're using. It does date this before Star Wars, which is really good. As in A New Hope Star Wars. Right, okay, so there's the call out from the security division, or what you want to call them. So he's now a kind of a marked man. This is great. That's Fiona Shaw, who I know her from Killing Eve, and a few other things, but seeing her in a Star Wars thing is a world apart from seeing her in like Killing Eve, for example. Right, so obviously she's fully aware now of not the bounty on his head, but there's people looking for him.
I think so, but people, yes. Who? And so do you. How many?
She is such a good actress. One question after another. The poor guy hasn't got a chance to really think of a lie because she's onto him.
Mix has nothing nothing.
And of course, the droid chipping in as well. Brilliant. I like it.
What do they want?
Ooh.
Where is
It was a bit abrupt, wasn't it? Although, to be fair, she probably was getting on his nerves a little bit. Will he admit what he's done? You see, I want to see what happened next, and we've cut. See, he's left there. So did he actually own up to who was that? Was that I don't know who that was. Was that someone like he was living with, as in like a lodger, or what? Who was she? No, she must be more than that, because she was talking about telling people that he was born with them, rather than on the other planet. Dear, oh dear. So this dude called Tim has just seen him touching her hand. Maybe she's single. Maybe they're both trying to cop off with her. I don't know, but he's not happy. Oh, speeder just zooms by. Love it. Again, there's a lot of subtleties of Star Wars here. Even the signage, the writing. It's if you don't look properly, you miss it. Okay, so what's he up to now? Is that like a public phone, or equivalent to it, a space thing, or? Okay. Okay. So the love interest has just, by the sound of it, dobbed in Cassian Andor. So yeah, so this Tim, to get him out of the way so he can have this girl all to himself, he's basically just dobbed in Cassian. And just walking in, of course, looks like the girl from the brothel that, again, Cassian was talking to. You see, I reckon if it weren't for that this dude here, I don't think they'd have caught up with him. Oh, so she's come round. He weren't on his game there, was he? He should have invited her in without her having to say that. He might have blown his chances here. Mind you, she's just come from the put. Hello. Sorry. I got slightly distracted there. What was I saying? Yeah, she might be slightly inebriated. She might have had a few drinks, so... Yeah. Methinks she'll regret that in the morning. So it seems this planet revolves around American, English, Scottish, and whatever nationality Andor is. And that girl, which I don't know her name, I need to... Apologies, I will look up so I can start making proper references to their actual names rather than how I'm describing them. It's kind of new for me for Star Wars because I know nearly all the characters out of all certainly the first three and all the prequels and everything else, but some of these new ones I'm not grasping the names as quick as I used to, but I will, I promise you. That was an interesting speech. I need to listen to that back, but I got the gist of that as basically saying that there's things fermenting out there. Now, is he referring to the Rebel Alliance forming? And I don't know. That looks nice. Not a clue what it is, but I could stick on the wall somewhere. That looked very nice amongst my other Star Wars stuff. So he's got his blaster. Was that the murder weapon from the other night? It's weird because I do feel sorry for him, knowing that what his actual destiny will be and how it ends for him. You know, I do. He doesn't look like he's having much of a life, if I'm honest. And that is sad because, as I say, Rogue One was a great film, but the ending really blew me away. I wasn't expecting what happened. So, as I say, I do feel sorry for Cassian. I mean, even as a child, look, he's living this strange life. It's not exactly what I'd class as a life that is luxurious, you know. Oh, what's that?
Optimized landing.
Landing scanned and locked.
It's
The shuttle will be
cracking view. Look at
2.3
that.
clicks away.
The way the ship's rotating and kind of levelling up.
Nothing safe.
It just looks phenomenal.
Couldn't sleep.
Tell me you have calf.
Just about to put it on.
I don't know if he's just feeling guilty about dobbing.
Can you open up the yard for me this morning?
You know, I reckon he's feeling guilty for actually grassing up Andor, you know. Oh God, he's just shot her. What would he do that? Oh, they're blow things, blow spears, or whatever you call them. After about 20, he's dead. Dear oh dear. See, look, orange jumpsuit. It looks like it anyway. So there's obviously inhabitants from other places that's been on this planet, and they've got these clothes from somewhere.
Mining disaster. Mining. Everyone died. Abandoned and considered.
There you go. So that shot earlier, when Andor looked over that, like, not a crater, but that was a mining facility in Canary,
Toxic.
and a disaster happened.
What can I do for you?
That's why there's no adults, because I'm guessing all the adults were working and were killed and left, and the kids are just grown up on their own. The alien's giving a bit of this, and he's okay. So not quite sure what that ship looks like. It's not aesthetically pleasing to me. Not like a lot of the ships that we see. It's like a weird shaped looking thing.
He may not appear to be a formidable opponent.
Right. So clearly these guys are en route,
This team will include
looking for him,
Deputy Inspector Khan
and this is the
myself.
team briefing.
We will endeavour to
I can't imagine a team I'd rather share it with than all of you.
There's no room for doubt on the path to success.
This is quite a motivational speech.
And
Best of luck to us all.
Oh my
best
goodness.
of luck to us all.
It's that tumbleweed moment, isn't it, when it all comes on? Oh dear. They're completely. Oh my goodness.
well said, son.
Inspiring. Really? Yeah. I don't quite think it was. Oh. Do you know what? Oh, let me just stop that. Okay. Well, that went quick. So obviously, you know, compared to the first episode, which I felt dragged on, that seemed to go super fast. I'm quite disappointed that it's actually finished. Really enjoyed that. I can see the foundations are still being laid a little bit. And again, I have to say that I do feel very saddened for Cassian, because he is genuinely, I think, a decent guy, and killing those two people, those two cops, wasn't a thing that he imagined he was going to do. He's just looking for his sister, for crying out loud. Everyone seems to be poor as well. I don't know if you've noticed this, but when you look around, there doesn't seem to be any kind of extravagance in any way. Everyone's wearing mucky, dirty clothing. Everyone's working. There is no one riding around in an equivalent to a Rolls Royce. Just, it doesn't seem that kind of planet. So, but on the whole, I enjoy this episode, and I am excited to see where it's going to go, because I reckon that the concept of him looking for his sister is now more survival from these police who are chasing him down. So I'm actually, do you know what I'm thinking of doing? I reckon I might just pause this and then hit episode 3 and just watch that and do it now. Let's do that. See, episode 1, I was like, oh, not really that bothered about watching episode 2. But episode 2 was good, and I want to see what happens now. So it's gripping me, you know. So I'm going to pause the camera. I'm going to put on episode 3, and we're going to watch episode 3 now. Let's do this. Okay, so no big intro on this one. We're going straight into episode 3. I've just watched number 2, really enjoyed it, and I'm quite excited to get into 3. My intention was to just literally do an episode 1, 2 and 3 reaction. Whether I still break it into an episode 3 as a separate, I don't know, but in the previous bit I did say that we'd do it all in one go, so we'll see how long the video is going to be on YouTube as to what we do. But yeah, this is getting good. It's getting good. Just to refocus a little bit. Right, so we've just watched the recap, and we've now got young Cassian on the crashed cruiser, whatever it is. I think everybody else, I think all his other tribal colleagues, they left him. They took the leader back to, I suppose, base camp, as you want to call it. But so he's now floating around this spaceship on his own. They're a peculiar colour. I don't know if that's their race or whether there's some sort of gas that's been released when they crashed or what it is, but they all look very green. Now that's something you don't see on Star Wars very often. A dead body with the eyes wide open looking at you. Definitely a bit more of an adult kind of Star Wars content this is. It's good. So that control room or whatever it is, it does remind me very much of the Death Star. All very kind of very glossy controls and stuff. I don't know if this is what, like I say on the previous episode, I couldn't see the badges properly as to what they were. I mean, they were Imperial. I know that badge a mile away.
Where are you going?
It's better you don't know. I'll be back. I'll find a way.
You killed these men on Molana. Well, we better be quick about it.
I'll tell you what, if she finds out that her fancy man dobbed Cassian in, I don't know what she's going to do.
You trust him?
He'll be there.
They're looking at each other. Dear oh dear.
Gas toxicity.
There. Are we satisfied?
Oh, hello. I didn't even hear it. We've obviously gone back again. I should have known that, because look how new he looks. When you think of him now, he's got scratches and dints and all sorts of things. So, right, I just twigged again. So we've got a flashback, which is fine, and they're on the spaceship where Cassian was a moment or two ago. So I don't know where these guys have come from or how they got there, but
We need to leave now.
Could be anything.
of course. So the robot's new, which indicates this is obviously a long time ago. She doesn't have a walking stick, so this is when she was more able-bodied. I don't know what he's doing here. I mean, he's obviously angry about his leader being killed, so this... Oh, here we go. Hello.
He doesn't understand you.
Any public figures
Just
approaching?
bust into a foot. Love it. Oh, crikey. So they are literally, they're here. That's where Cassian was just talking to his mate.
Get me the drowser.
No, Mother, no.
Shut up, Clem.
Just killed a Republic officer. We opened season again the moment that frigate lands.
Okay, so she's sedated him.
To die.
I'm just wondering, did she actually kidnap him from that planet, not his sister? And so she took him away and left his sister there.
We have a warrant for Cassian Andor.
Ah. That's it, just barging, guys.
B, respond.
Oh no!
Are you recharging?
Oh god, you know, that's the worst thing that could have happened.
Make sure she keeps the heat on too.
East.
You know how cold she gets.
East. East, northeast. Got it.
Andor?
Right, do the deal and split. Just get out of there, man. That's what you need to do. Thing is, I know that ain't going to happen because I've seen the trailer of this little bit.
Someone ratted him out.
What? What do you mean?
Yes, someone did rat him out.
No, what?
He can take care of himself.
How do you know we're talking?
Uh-oh.
Did I ever tell you that Cassie was our uncle?
Yes, you did.
I don't remember.
Oh, he's blown it. Mate, relationship over.
Look, you got the money, I got the box. What else is there to talk about? Another 1,000. Done. You just walk in like you belong.
Takes more than that.
To steal from the Empire. What do you need? A uniform, some dirty hands, and an Imperial toolkit. They're so proud of themselves. They don't even care.
He's right.
Can't imagine what.
That someone like me would ever get inside their house. Walk their floors, spit in their food.
Spit in their food. Andor, really? So he's just literally openly admitting that he sneaks in, does a bunch of stuff in front of them effectively, and then just walks out without any question at all. Wow.
I'm going! Cover me! Forget the box!
Again, this is great. Reminds me a bit of Tomb Raider. Wherever Lara Croft kind of goes, there's always things flipping around and all kinds of things that are stopping her from getting where she needs to go, traps and stuff. So yeah.
What have you done to her? You stop right there! She's bleeding! I'm telling you!
She's what?
Yes!
Oh no! Why would they shoot him? He's unarmed and he was just coming down the stairs to... Oh.
Let's get out of here. North team heading for Rick's Road.
Well, that was a bit of a chaotic scene, wasn't it, with them all? Oh, that gun looks familiar. Yep. Straight to the boss man as well.
How many are you?
I don't know.
Kill him.
12, 14. A dozen men, 2 officers.
Those lasers are doing nothing. Just bouncing off. Whoa. Oh, they managed to flip it over. That's not good. They can't be in there, can they? That's got to be some sort of decoy, because... Ah, there they go, on a speeder bike. Brilliant. He don't look happy. Just the sound of that. That is just the same noise that they get on the ones the biker scouts had on the Forest Moon of Endor. That sound is, again, just subtle. It's Star Wars. Okay, so flashback to her carrying that young lad. Oh, carrying that young lad. Flashback carrying Andor. If only she knows what he's going to do in the future. She'd be so proud. Oh, this is all Tim's fault. Look at that. Wouldn't it be nice to actually have a real speeder bike to just do that? Wow. I think he's got some explaining to do. Considering this was supposed to be an accident for those two police, he's causing quite a lot of damage. And look at that. Do you know, that looks kind of like half like a Millennium Falcon. Did you see that? The cockpit and the way the thing sort of went. That looked brilliant. Right. Oh, even look at the little tunnels around the ship. Just very Millennium Falcon-y. Right, so his sister weren't kidnapped. He was kind of kidnapped by her, which is why he's looking for his sister, because she was left abandoned. Wow. So showing the scene side by side of her taking him off the planet and him leaving the planet then was very clever. Oh, it's finished. Do you know what? That was good. Really enjoyed that. I'm going to just gather my thoughts up and then I'll give you my final thoughts on episode 2 and episode 3. Okay, so we've just finished watching episodes 2 and 3 of Andor, and I have to say I'm thoroughly enjoying them. Episode 1 I felt was a little bit on the slow side, but episodes 2 and 3, they was just, in my opinion, brilliantly paced. I suppose in some ways I see it as like you get on a roller coaster. Is episode 1. Episode 2 it starts to move to the first part of the incline, and episode 3 we're making our way up. That's how it seemed to me. It just moved on so well. The storyline moved on. We can now see what's occurring with Andor. He's desperate to get off the planet. His sister at the moment's taking a bit of a back seat because at the moment it's survival for him. The last thing he wants is to get caught, and I don't know what happens if he got caught. Is he executed? Is he put in a jail? I don't quite know what the kind of authorities do in different parts of the galaxy. So I thought it was great. It's interesting to sort of see his background as to what, as a person, he is. He's not a 9-to-5 person. He doesn't go working down the mines or in these kind of big industrial areas disassembling ships or whatever they was doing. He's one of these that is using this. He wants to make big bucks but not doing much work. Obviously what he's doing is dangerous. I mean, if he's sneaking into Imperial complexes, whatever they may be, becoming one of those and stealing stuff, or as he implied, he's got with a side hustle going on with somebody that works for the Imperials, leaving components within ships that are going to be pulled apart, you know, then fair play to him. And I think this shows his intelligent side. So again, we had a few flashbacks to him as a child, and what I thought was a fantastic twist was, I thought what was going to happen was, when he initially went with the tribe and left his sister behind, I genuinely thought that she was going to get kidnapped whilst he was away. I did not see the fact that he was the one that got kidnapped and left her on the planet. So I thought that was a really good twist. And again, you know, at some point we know that Cassian's going to go back to that planet, because he assumes that she's there, and he must go back there because she's not, and that's when he starts to scout the universe for her. So that's going to be quite an interesting thing. So I'm hoping, when I first thought it was going to be another bit of a Kenobi thing, tracking someone down and happy days, everyone's happy, lives happily ever after, this isn't going to happen. Now I still kind of hope now that when he gets in with this other guy who was going to buy that part, and again I don't know his name properly, I will look into these character names so I'm more specific and can refer to them, but clearly when he gets with this guy, he's going to start doing missions, and I just wonder if he's able to blend in some of these missions that they're going to do with looking for his sister, because I am intrigued as to what happened to her. I'm hoping it's not a twist whereby she turns out to be some sort of Imperial commander and they're fighting against each other. That would be just a little bit, yeah. But overall, I loved it. I thought it was beautifully paced, and I am really looking forward to episode 4 now. I kind of want 2 episodes a week again, because I just know that these half an hours or 35 minutes or whatever they are isn't enough. It really isn't. So we're a couple of days away or so from the number 4 episode dropping, but join me back again for more reviews on that. And again, I'd love to know what you thought about I'd love to know what you thought about the last, or episodes 2 and 3. For me, it moved on great. I was really happy with it. Did you feel the same way? Because I know a lot of people loved episode 1, so I'm guessing 2 and 3 everyone must be absolutely overjoyed with. But again, love to hear your comments, so please do let me know what you think. If you're seeing me for the first time, this is only the second reaction I've done, so you know, if you could subscribe and like what I'm doing, it would be much appreciated. It'd be nice to know that what I'm doing is being seen by people and they're enjoying it. And again, please comment below and I'll reply as well. But until the next episode, take care, and we'll see you very soon.